And we are live. It is crunch time here at the Heartland Kopitiam, facing the formidable Taipang uncle, checking out the cabbage. But a brilliant through pass to the braised pork belly. That's 1 point on the board. Goal! He needs the liquid gold. Auntie, ling curry, please!
How do you make a living when your entire profession hinges on a sound that comes from your body? This week, we're talking to Adam, a veteran voice actor who built an entire career by connecting his deepest passions to the scripts he reads. If you've ever wondered how to turn a hidden talent into a full-time job, this episode is essential viewing. And let's welcome to the studio, Adam! Woo! Okay, Adam, so you mentioned you're a voiceover artist. So could you tell us a little bit more about how you got into it?
I think an artist is like a very, high term, but I do voiceovers and I make a living out of it. First of all, thanks for having me on the show itself. Like, this is a pretty cool setup you guys got here. How I got into voiceovers is actually over a decade ago, I got into video production as the main industry for my work. And I've always loved doing like voiceovers and all of that. So I was trying to get an opportunity. I got to know production houses and friends working there. I was like, hey man, just give me a chance. Give me one shot to record a video. And thankfully, a friend of mine got this soda ad for Zesta. It's Zesta with Guarana. I still remember the line because there are about like 2 lines that I have to say. Yeah, exactly. You never forget your first, right? So I got that in, and turned out that was an ad that they were using in cinemas as well. Okay. So we went to watch, this was 2011 or so. Long time ago. Green Lantern, the movie with Ryan Reynolds, was coming out. So we went to watch it. Right before the movie, the ad played. It was like, this was like a cat thing. Big screen, and my voice was coming out and all of that. So that was a really good kind of a feeling. That's how I got into it.
Did it feel surreal?
Oh, yeah.
Listening to yourself on the big screen.
Wow, okay. I just wanted to have a shot for a small part, and I got that. So, yeah, that's how I got into it.
Anyway, I couldn't help but notice your surname is Ao, right? Ming Laba, Chonon Nemeze Ao Ba.
Pretty impressive, man.
No,
wow.
I just lived in Yangon for a year in 2016, so...
You lived there and you learned?
A little bit of
Burmese?
Nene. Just
Nene,
bit.
wow.
Yeah. Sorry, please don't kill me for my poor Burmese.
That means 一点点.
一点点.
I think that my Chinese is horrible. I've been living here for like 20 years,
right?
But I think your Burmese from 1 year is like way better than my
I mean, it's
Chinese
really
here.
Difficult learning multiple languages. I still remember how to order food in Burmese.
Nice.
Let me see if I can still get this right.
You still remember that? Like 2016 is a while ago.
Amelong siche a yuema tebu. Amelong to a yuema tebu.
Okay.
Patocho. Okay, anyway.
That's really impressive.
That's kind of like my favorite food, but no vegetables, right?
No vegetables, yeah. Like.
So could you actually talk a little bit more about how you do VOs different from other voice artists? Like what sort of sets you apart?
Oh, wow. That's an interesting question. Because I have worked with various other voiceover artists, like, female, males, and all that. We all have like a different approach. I think my main selling point would be sort of like this natural accent that I have,
right,
which is,
because
I think you're probably wondering like where it's from. And
you have a really unique accent. That's probably unlike anything we've ever heard.
I wouldn't call it Rojak, but okay, this is how I got it, right? Sure. I'm from Burma, as you mentioned, Myanmar, and I grew up there until I was at the age of 19 when I
Yangon, right?
In Yangon as well. Right. Went to a public school. As you know, the English there is kind of like, okay, we speak, but there's always like, the accents and all of it. Right. But I loved the language itself. So I learned by myself from American movies.
Wow.
And American sports.
Purely self-taught, right?
Kind of like that. I try to mimic what they, in like those cool gangster movies from the 90s and all of that. I'm giving away my age. But, but that's how I learned it. And when I left the country to go to the UK for 2 years to study and work there, I started speaking English on a regular, proper
British
basis.
accent.
But no, this just came out. So they all thought that either I was American or Canadian for some reason.
Okay.
So like, I don't say a boot. It just happened to be like that. So when I came to Singapore as well, they thought that I was from the States.
Right.
And if they need, for voiceovers, if you see, like, make me unique is if they need a bit more like Americana type of a voice, I would be the one that they will reach out to.
You are the go-to.
Yeah, kind of go-to.
So Adam, could you just share a little bit more about the more notable clients you've worked with?
Ooh, notable ones. I mean, the fun ones that I remember, I did a couple of ads for McDonald's before. Bloomer.sg for the Singapore, I think it was MediaCorp, the Bloomer.sg. That was a fun one. There are some other, projects that I have done, even for teaching modules and all of that. But some of them, they're not available publicly. So I can't show or put it on my resume, on my reels and all of that. There's one other thing that I'm really proud of was the NS Square that they're building near Esplanade.
Could you just share a little bit more about that?
So that one it's an internal video, but it's like a rah-rah video for the whole project itself. So NS Square is where after it's completed, all the National Day parades and all that will
be held
happen there.
permanently,
Yeah.
right?
Permanently,
Okay.
yeah. So for that building, I did a voiceover video, and it was talking about the history of Singapore itself, and it's a very good script. And the music, everything came together so good. And
It's
I had
very epic. Right?
yes,
That's
the
it.
ending part, when I was reading, I had chills as well in
Wow.
the booth. And the producers, everybody for that video, everyone was like, wow, that was great. I was like, can I put it on my, reel? They said no, it's an internal video. So I'm like, But yeah, those are the fun ones. Maybe I could talk to you about this kind of a project where I felt that, oh my God, am I cheating at this industry type of a thing?
Okay, please share. Yeah.
So you guys know this, dating apps, Tinder and all that. There's one called Bumble, and it's a very female-centric app, right? So I got called in for one of the ads. Me and a couple of friends, some female voice artists that I know, they all have to come into the studio and record. And for me, I was just one of the, they shot the video already. Got a couple of girls on the app and trying to call the guy. And one of the girls accidentally pressed call and the phone fell on the floor.
On the floor, right?
Right. And then the guy says on the other end, hello? That was me.
That was you.
that was me.
one line. That's
just
hello.
one hello. So I
And you
went
got
in.
paid how much for that?
So okay, I got paid a couple $100.
Pretty
for
well,
that,
right? Pretty decent.
Pretty decent for
Okay.
1 hour, because I know the studio is
1 hour, one line.
just
right?
one
That's the
word.
thing,
It's
right?
not even one line. So I was
Okay.
like, "Do you guys want me to do anything else?" I gave them a couple of hellos, and even the sound effects, laughing, and all that. I gave them all that. I was like, "Okay, cool." It was done. We got paid. But about 3 weeks later, the studio called me and say "Hey, they're pushing it to it's loading fees, right? So loading fees, they're gonna push it to Malaysia and some other territories as well. So here's a couple of extra hundreds of dollars."
It's a bonus,
I was like,
right?
"Wait, do I have to come back in to record again?" And they're like, "No, it's fine." Wow. So that's where I felt like maybe I'm cheating at this
So
industry.
when you saw the ad being played,
Yeah.
did you just laugh? Because
Yeah. I was I showed it to my friends as well. Did you notice the hello? They were like, "What? Which part? Oh, that hello." Yeah, I got paid for that. How is that possible?
that's crazy. Oh, that's pretty interesting, right?
But I mean, I just want to put a caveat, it's not all projects are fast and easy type of projects that you get all the time. I've done training modules where hours and hours long and very
Definitely.
dry type of projects.
That kind of brings me to my next question. So, how do you actually train for roles, or how do you actually brush up on your skills as a voiceover artist?
I don't think there are proper training courses, formal training type of a thing. I think I've always been comfortable speaking in this voice, and I've hosted, even before I was an official MC, I hosted for friends' events and weddings and before, and I used to sing as well
Okay.
in a band.
That helps, right?
That kind of helped with talking to the audience, being comfortable on the mic. From there on, I just once I started getting jobs, I started listening to other voice artists and what they do. There are also, kind of fun exercises you could do, which I would do when I'm in the shower type of a thing.
Could you just give us an example, maybe?
Just they call it the motorboat, but it's something like
Motorboat.
that type of a thing.
I don't think I can do that.
That is to loosen your lips and the muscles so that when you speak, you can speak a bit more more elegant, more precise.
Maybe let's try a fun activity.
Oh no.
Maybe you can give me a line, you
line.
can say it, and I'll try to say it as well. Domino's Pizza or something like that.
Domino's
Yeah,
pizza.
I mean, I don't know, whatever.
Okay, I can just be like, "This is a cup of coffee. even though it's in a cup for tea.
This is a cup for coffee, even though it's in a cup for tea.
Yeah,
That's okay.
that's
All
sounds
right.
pretty good. You got a good tone as
I
well.
maybe
you know?
didn't knock it out of the park like you did, but I tried. I understand that this job must not be easy. There will be lull periods. There'll be ups and downs.
Oh,
and
yeah.
through it all, I'm sure you must have had a lot of family support along the way. Maybe you could tell us a little bit more about that.
Family supported in the sense of like, I have my own sole proprietorship company that I use for tax reasons because I'm a PR here.
Okay.
So projects come and go, right? Now, there's some like how most creative industries, if you do like filming and videos and all of that, there are periods where you're like quiet.
It's a
and
lull
it's like,
period.
yeah, and then like super busy. So my family's been like, I have a wife and kid, and my wife has a full-time job as well. So we take turns trying to like juggle all the household stuff, and I am sometimes an stay-at-home dad type of a thing because I can pick up my kid from school.
The
stay
time
with
is
him.
flexible.
Yeah, my time is flexible, and if I have to go for important recording sessions and all, my wife can work from home. So it's a good balance that we have, and I'm very like grateful that my family can support me like this.
You can share a little bit about the experiences with your son.
Yeah, it's kind of funny where like when I did that Domino's Mentaiko ad, 3 different like shorts, animated shorts, and my son at his school, they were playing those ads and so on, and he was like telling his friends that that's my dad.
That's my dad.
And then all the kids are like, 'cause they were like P1, right? So they have no idea what he's talking about. He thought my kid was like going crazy. Like he was pointing at this chubby catfish looking character. That's my dad. And they were like, huh? But it's kind of fun. My kid enjoy, like my son loves like watching my ads, and I feel proud as a dad also where I created something that my kids like,
He'll be so proud of you when he's slightly older and he actually understands what's going on.
yeah, like that. So I always like, he can hear my voice already as well. Like I would show like new ads and I'll be watching on TV, showing it to my wife, and he would like, oh, is that dad?
I'm actually curious, how do you scold your son? Son, could you stop doing this? I don't know. I mean, like, could it be like maybe you can give us an example of that?
I mean, I'm the bad cop in the family in a sense of like my kid loves his mother more, which is fine, and bullies her more.
I would have
I'm the
never
bad-
guessed. I would
I'm
have
the-
never guessed, to
Yeah, so some of my friends also, but I do have a dad voice
Okay.
where I get like,
You're gonna
Corey.
be stun.
I just go like, Corey. And then he knows, he could like, my voice could cut through the white noise as well. Let's say like, we have like friends over, a lot of kids playing, screaming. My kid's doing something that he's not supposed to. And I just shout across the room. It'll just hit him. He was like, oh.
And he'll know, right?
Say,
You overstepped the boundary or something.
Yeah, I'm totally good with being the bad cop in the
Right.
family.
Okay. Makes the job of your wife a lot easier as well.
I know.
Right. So what do you have to say? Do you think the rise of AI has affected jobs like yours?
Oh yeah, definitely a lot. Even though the AI overlords will be taking over. So AI, if you're listening to it, please spare me and my family.
Leave some for us, please.
Yeah. For work wise, yes, because 5 years ago, it started with like, AI voiceovers.
Right.
And we always hear some clients who would like to do like, oh, we'll just use AI. But of course, it's not as smooth, and they have to come back to us.
It's
They're
not
like,
perfect.
it's not even close to like the decent back then, 5 years ago. Now in 2025, the AI is getting really, really good. But of course, it's still AI, right? For some particular projects, like the one that I mentioned just now, the NS Square one, where the directors and the creatives are all really, coming together to give this emotive type of a performance. It's still hard to prompt
Okay.
the AI to get the kind of tone
It's
and delivery.
hard to fully replicate something like this.
the human part, right? But that being said, recently I saw this music. It's not a music video. It's a song. It's an AI song by this guy who turned My Chemical Romance's "Welcome to the Black Parade."
That's a classic.
It's a classic emo song from the
Yeah.
2000s, right? He turned that into a soul type of music
Version.
The thing is, it's all built from scratch. They didn't just change it. And when I heard it, the singer, which is AI,
Yeah. It's not even
sounded
a real person, right?
so good.
Yeah.
And people keep talking about how AI doesn't have soul. Me listening to that, I was conflicted because I could feel the guy's soul, even though that's not a real guy.
It's
and
pretty
that's
crazy.
so scary.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy because
It was scary.
I saw on the news that AI artists just signed $1 million deal with labels.
Yes, and then they're the AI actress as well, and the models. Yeah, man.
So for voice, I mean, you know,
I
definitely.
know. I'll be honest with you. Just this year alone, I've had about like 3 projects where the studio reached out to me and to like any potential projects. Okay, I'm available on those dates and the rates are good. And then they'll reply back say, "Hey, you didn't get this time, but the thing is, you didn't lose out to any other voice artists. You guys all lost out to AI." I'm like,
Right.
whew, it has begun.
It's rough, right?
It has begun.
Guess. Yeah. So maybe if you don't mind sharing, how much do you make per job on average? And what's the income like per year? Is it like really sustainable as a full-time career?
Oh, for me, just doing voice alone is not. But it's if you look at per hour pay type of thing, because we usually work in the studio for an hour or two, right? Some longer projects are like 3 hours in the studio, but they do pay relatively well, especially if you count because it's like acting, right? So if you've done acting and modeling, it's not just the hours you spend on set, like it's also the loading
as well, right?
so if our ads go like overseas or online, I've done like some Samsung ads before where they push to like, oh, it's gonna be Korea and Japan as well. So I'm like, okay, cool. I got a bit of extra to it. The pay per hour and all that is good, but we do not get enough. Oh, I personally do not get enough to just sustain just on that. I would love to.
Okay.
You know that the other avenues for voice artists would be voice acting, where
Voice acting.
you act in like animation,
Animation,
so like
okay,
dubs and all of
productions
that.
or
Yeah.
whatever.
And there's also the audiobooks. You don't see that much in Singapore. So here, most of our jobs would be commercials, which are fast and sweet, like 30-second stuff, or corporate videos, which are about like 5 to 10 minutes long or 15 minutes long, and documentaries.
How many jobs do you get like a month and like a year?
On average, it's not that much these days. Last time, like 3 to 4 month type of a thing can sustain me. Nowadays, it's like 1 or 2. Like if you're lucky, you get about like 3 to 4. Yeah.
I think we've heard enough about the industry and that. So I would like you to go into a few role plays
Oh, no.
with that amazing
What kind
voice
of
yours.
what kind of
Time to show that variety,
I
right?
do not have the
Okay, let's just try. Let's just wing it. Take your coffee, warm up your voice if you have to. Okay, the first thing, could you voice a British man ordering fish and chips?
my accents are really bad, but
It's okay,
I can
let's
try.
it. On 3, okay? 1, 2,
Okay.
3, go.
Good sir, may I have a plate of fish and chips? Easy on the tartar sauce. Like I don't know. It just sounded like an old guy trying to speak.
Right, that's all right. That's your own take on it.
My
So it's
own
okay.
take on a British.
All right, next one. A Japanese guy ordering sushi.
Oh no. I've actually done this like ad for Domino's Pizza, Domino's Mentaiko, where I'm this cartoon character.
Okay,
I
maybe you
catch
can
fish.
just replicate that one.
Here, I'll give you the line. The line is like Domino's Mentaiko, always Taiko, which is like a pun. And I kept saying like, Domino's Mentaiko, always Taiko. And they keep going like, something's missing. And the producer wanted me to do a Japanese accent.
So
I was
it's
like,
not Japanese enough.
I'm like, is it cultural appropriation? I don't know, like
It's your own
like,
take on it, right?
and I asked him like, how do you want me to do it? So and it ended up sounding something like this. We're like, Domino's Mentaiko, always Taiko.
Hi.
Hi.
You should really consider voicing some anime characters. I think you
I
will do
would love to.
amazing, right?
I would love to.
Yeah.
It's one of the dreams.
Okay, next one.
Giveaway.
Singaporean accent ordering
Oh,
chicken
no.
rice. Come on.
I can't do Singaporean accents. Oh my goodness. So, how do you say even chicken rice in like?
一个鸡饭。
鸡饭啊。uncle 一个鸡饭。
要不要加肉？
打包肉加肉。
要不要加肉？
What's that?
Do you want more meat?
Oh no, I don't even know that. I'm so mad.
I thought you could. Okay.
Oh, no.
No,
I'm gonna get my PR revoked.
you mentioned earlier you do audiobooks, you do hosting as well?
I do hosting sometimes, but I am more comfortable behind the mic and the booth. So other things that I could look into, just using my voice would be more of like audiobooks. I've also done live event announcements where those a reveal of a new car type of a thing, and I have to go to the showroom, wait there by the sound booth, and they're like, okay, now it's like introduce the MC or something. Even though if I'm not hosting on
Yep.
in person, but I'm introducing the host
Your
itself.
voice is needed.
Yeah,
right?
and
In
then
that
like
instant.
reading, like explaining to the audience what's happening on screen, type of thing. Live reads, we call it. I could do that as well.
All right, guys. So we are going to have another challenge for Adam, and that is a sports commentary with a local twist. Adam, whenever you're ready, let's go.
And we are live. It is crunch time here at the Heartland Kopitiam. The clock is ticking on the lunch rush, and the pressure is intense. We have our lone striker, a hungry office worker, stepping up to the glass panel line, facing the formidable Taipang uncle in the ultimate duel for its satisfying meal. The crowd is silent, waiting for the selections. He steps forward, eyes scanning the options like a playbook. He feints left, checking out the cabbage. But oh, a brilliant through pass to the braised pork belly. That's 1 point on the board. Goal!
Oh,
He needs one more for balance. He's looking. He sees the opening. A beautiful cross-body shot to the steam tank. It's in the net. 2 points secured. The defense, the vegetables are looking shell-shocked. Wait, he's signaling for an extra. A brilliant tactical move. He needs the liquid gold. The final flourish. He leans in and yells, Auntie, ling curry, please. All? Yes, the plate is stacked. It's a spectacular 3-piece combo. We await the final whistle, the price check.
$750.
Oh, $750? A surprisingly steep fee for the economical choice. But the hunger, ladies and gentlemen, the hunger outweighs the cost. He makes the payment. He takes the prize. Full time. What a spectacular place it was. Oh, wait, sorry. I read that wrong at the end. And what a spectacle it was.
All right. Hats off to you, man. I mean, it's pretty amazing just listening to it, but it's even better when you are listening to it live, right here.
Live?
It's pretty crazy.
Hope I didn't spit on
No,
you.
that was so good. That was so
Appreciate
good.
it.
Yeah. So Adam, how do you actually adapt your voice to fit different scenarios for different jobs?
Right. I'll be honest. Like, I do feel that I am lacking a bit of on the accent part. Like, because I've had projects where it was slightly challenging for me because once I got picked, I go for the reading and the cast. Not just the casting, is like the job already. Like the recording date, the actual recording date. And once I'm in the booth, and then I do a couple of runs, and the client would be like, "Could you do more local or?" Pull back my accent,
Right.
which I have done before. I tried. But I think the key for me is instead of just focusing on the tone and the accent, right? It's how you have to sound genuine. So that's something that I learned over the years doing like voiceover. It's not just how good you sound, it's how convincing you have to
It's
be.
not just about the delivery.
It's everything that means like you're speaking from your heart type of a thing. If you can apply that to any type of script, whether it's the happy one, like I had the one McDonald's Happy Meal that I did to make it sound genuinely happy, or a bit more serious, somber tones for documentaries, as long as you can relay that real emotion through your voice, and the performance matters as well. Where if you're talking about happy stuff, you have to be smiling. And people, it sounds weird, but people can hear the smile in your voice if you really smile and speak it through. You can try that also into the mic. Overall, I think the core part of what I do and what I feel like I bring to the table is putting that pure emotion and like the real, genuine, read into all the scripts that I get.
Well, that's very interesting. Does that mean that when you are expected to sound happy, you actually focus on a happy memory before you deliver it?
You can work with the happy memory or anything, whatever works for you, because it's like acting as well, right? That's why they call it like voice over is like voice acting as well. So you dig deep into whatever works for you. Some could be a core memory, or it could be just like a funny skit or stuff like that. Whatever works for
So
you.
there is the element of acting in it as
Oh
well.
yeah, that's
Except
why
you're
they
not
call
being
it
shown on
voice.
camera.
Yes,
Right.
you're acting with your voice alone.
Okay.
And if you see like some of the behind the scenes for the animated films, all the voice actors, they're acting as well, even though they're not being filmed. Like like the body movements. I've done that also inside the booth where when I'm reading out loud, I'm like gesturing
Even
like
when no one is
crazy.
watching.
Yep, nobody's watching, but
Okay.
that puts you into the character or like the kind of like tone that the script needs.
Are there any characters in particular you want to voice? Like what would be your dream voice character to play? Yeah.
Dream role type of a thing would
Like
be
something like a Lightning McQueen in Cars or something.
I mean, a dream role would be to be part of an animated movie or a series. Because, like I mentioned before, in Singapore, we don't have that many opportunities because most of the animations either they take place in like, Japan type of a bigger market or in the States where they record for English voiceovers.
Even China now, the rise of their.
So that would be a dream role. I don't mind like any type of character, but as long as I could bring life and proper like emotions to a character.
I find it hard to believe that you have never voiced an anime character. I find it hard to believe. Please sign him up, studios. The man's here.
I'm here. I'm waiting. I have done like cartoon characters, but for like training modules and all. I've been like a raccoon, like thief type of a character.
So it's all like one-offs, but no
One-offs
recurring
and-
character.
Yeah, it's not like long form. These are more corporate videos and training videos. So it's like
To an aspiring voice actor out there. I give you an example. So there could be a teen out there watching you right now, and you could be exactly what he's trying to emulate. So what would you say to him?
I would say like it's much easier in a way for you to get started, but not get into the industry. But you got to genuinely want it as well. It's just like it for me. I wanted to try out, and then when I started working in voiceovers, I realized that every time I go for a read, I don't feel like I'm working. I'm actually having like really like a lot of fun and like learning through the process. So
Love what you do what you love, right?
yeah, exactly. So it's like one of those rare occasions where you really do enjoy. I really do enjoy doing this. If you feel like that, microphones like these days, it's the entry level. You can get it for quite cheap.
Okay.
So just start practicing. Just get comfortable with your own voice as well. Oh, maybe another point is listen to yourself with proper headphones. Because I had a shock when I first went into the studio, even as like when I was singing as well. You think you know what you sound like until you hear it clear. You're like, whoa. It took me a while to get comfortable with it, and once I'm comfortable with it, you learn the warm up techniques. The how to stretch your range, how to prepare, how to read with feeling. These are all available online. Last time when I started, most of it was like on DVDs.
You have to
and
learn
stuff
it
like
yourself,
that.
the hard
I have
way,
to like
right?
ask people, hey, what do you guys do? Oh, that's a warm up technique. Now there's a lot of stuff on like YouTube and all. It's like I've said, it's easy to start, but of course you need to be persistent in it. You got to really want it and dive into it.
Okay. Are there any voice actors you particularly look up to?
People like Nolan North. I play video games as well. I'm a geek, so Troy Baker, Nolan North, the big shots of like the voice acting, video game voice acting. Also, like classics like Donald Fontaine, who did the movie trailer voice guy that most people know him. That's that. Mal Blanc, the guy who used to voice all the Bugs Bunny anime shows. Even like Lene Hart, who was the announcer for 1FC.
Okay.
She has this crazy range and the way she does like just announcements and all of that. They inspire me. Like of course, I want to reach that level. And I don't know. In general, tone of voice matters a lot to me. Like if you listen to like Hollywood actors, some actors do have like really great voices. Don't look at what's happening on the screen. Just listen to it. Like even Daniel Day-Lewis and the way he changes his tone. That's keeps like inspiring me all the
So
time.
you're always learning, constantly
Of course,
listening.
yeah. I mean, I don't think that I've learned even like half of what I what I can learn in the voiceover industry. So constantly learning.
I think it's really remarkable that even someone like you, who is pretty adept at your craft, and you are constantly still learning, still staying hungry, and continue to improve yourself on a daily basis.
I mean, that is the thing for, especially for creative arts, right? Like photography, you look at it, like even writing, acting, you don't stop and think like, oh, I know everything. I need to learn about this craft already. There's no way. So as long as you can keep that fire burning and you keep on learning and trying to improve, you'll enjoy what you do, and the more
Sky's the
opportunities
limit,
will
right?
come. Yeah, sky's the limit for that.
Thank you so much, Adam, for coming in today.
Oh, the pleasure's all mine, sir.
If you're interested and you want more of Adam, we've included a list of his previous works in the links below. Remember, the goal isn't to make your passion your job, but to make your job fuel your passion. When you chase the paycheck with purpose, that's where the real magic happens. Yeah. Just
Check 1, 2. Hello.
say something, whatever, your best
how you doing?
impersonation.
Check.
So you just need to keep the same thing as we had the other day. It's good. It's
I'll
great.
go negative. I'll start complaining about everything. Like,
Yeah.